Summerall along with John Madden.
Hi, everybody.
On today's show, we'll have a live turducken and show you exactly how to eat the turducken.
Look at the sweat lines on his butt.
I'll show you how to eat something.
Hi,
Sweat
and
lines on their butt?
something along those lines.
Okay.
But welcome back to the show that tries to refill all your A7FL Nevada needs and other needs in between. Welcome to the Will Shields, Kevin Moa, LC Greenwood, and the Russ Grimm 68th edition of The Other Side of the Ball as we're going deep into offensive and defensive linemen. As far as numbers goes, we're almost to the magical number of 70. Nonetheless, I'm Double A, playing hurt. Bear with me. 702-608-3259, 702-608-3259. But I'm not alone. I have my teammates, as usual, from the Rainbow Bridge of Asgard with a booming Heaven's War. And he's looking very Wolverine-ish today without the anaantium. He is Scott the Viking McCorkle.
Heard. Top of the morning, straight out of Costco today.
That looks like some Kirkland stuff.
Yeah, no, it definitely is.
It looks like
It's
you're going
warm.
ranching.
Oh no, this is the. I got to tell everybody what to do, so I can't look like a slob at work.
It looks like you have a brand on your chest and you live up in
I've been
Montana.
branded a couple times.
Yeah, okay.
I'm into
Different.
some stuff.
Different.
Yeah, I'm into some stuff.
Fresh off of just finding out that Mike McCarthy is returning to Arlington, and he's still upset about it. My good friend and division manager, Chris Veira.
I hate that shit. Anyway, hey, how's everybody doing?
You don't get a Belichick.
Right? Pisses me
And
off.
fresh off their first home win in 32 plus years in Detroit, Michigan, but he's all decked out in Rebel Red. He owns all this shit. You know his name. It's Derek Duncan.
Rebels.
So we have guests in studio, not in studio, and all points in between. It's the last week of fall ball. We'll have playoff scenarios, schedules, and maybe some breaking news that you just might not know about. But gentlemen, how was your weekend and how was your week so far?
Well, I think you know how our weekend was because, I mean, you were there Saturday.
Late.
Which, by the way, again, happy anniversary to you and Miss Tammy.
Thank you.
Celebrating 30 years of marriage, and your family can definitely get down.
And 32 years of being together today.
Man,
Dang.
That's a long time.
Yeah, that is a long time.
That's one vagina for very
Wow. You just not figuring that out?
You say fingering it out or fingering it out?
Yes.
I mean, if you're just now fingering it out, it's a problem.
All right.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong.
There should be fingers everywhere at this point.
Oh, good grief.
Yes.
No comment.
Exploratory, whatever we call it.
You gotta have some fun.
Nonetheless, let's get right into it. Our
I do
first
have two
guest.
kids.
Our first guest is live in the building from the control center in New Jersey. You know him, you love him. He's never at a loss of words when you put a microphone or a headset in his face and or ear. And this upcoming season, he's taking his talents to the East Orange Renegades. Cory Hammond, welcome back, sir.
Well, thanks for having me on like I normally do when I call in. You know, what's this, a ninth time guest?
You're the most frequent one. You're the most frequent one for sure. That's for certain.
Well,
I think you get a free coffee next time.
I love this. I love this A7 stuff. You know, as evidenced by me joining the All Pro Jaffos on their recap show.
Do you love it enough to get a better microphone?
That was a decision.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
How you guys doing?
We're good. So,
Top of the world.
First question: why the East Orange Renegades for 2024?
Well, I mean, you know, when you're a quarterback, like, am I joining as a media guy or am I giving you the quarterback?
No, we want Cory Hammond, the football player in real persons, before you turn into the media guy, please.
Sure. Okay.
Daddy has somebody say boo next guest.
I'm not a great guest that way, but you know, being realistic, a quarterback of my skill set, my talent, you know, where I'm at, you know, age and everything else. There's not that many options for me, right? You know,
old.
there's dream scenarios where we joke about me going to the Hunters or OTT or helping the struggling guys over there in Ohio figure out how to throw a forward pass and complete it. There, you know,
don't get me started because I did watch that show that you were on.
I done seen some clips.
Yeah, I saw. No, I didn't see the clip. I watched the whole damn thing.
What's your review of my treatment of those poor guys?
Well, the thing that stands out to me is the fact that your boy decided to double down when you said that there was going to be a top 10 and the Sin City Chaos might not be in it. And you gave him some names of teams he thought he could beat, and he named every Vegas team and said he could beat them.
Yeah, we'll get back to that.
Oh, I'm going to get back to it. Trust me, I'm going to get back to it.
Yeah. I'm more interested right now in Cory's choice of the East Orange Renegades.
Cincy podcast. The man in question, Brent Smothers, also had never seen Jerry Maguire. So take what he says with a grain of salt.
I'm marking that shit down. Right? I'm marking that down.
Look, man, let me just tell you what the attitude is this season, because the last 2 weeks, all of a sudden, everybody's coming out of the woodworks with a bunch of bullshit.
Right.
And right now, I'm just going to say, we're the champs. Whatever you say doesn't mean a fucking thing anymore. Beat us or shut the fuck up.
And he wasn't able to do it last time.
I guess that's true. But what happens when the new season turns over? How many weeks does that belt, that championship trophy, really matter when it comes to the new season?
Beat us or shut the fuck up. Those are my words for the rest of the season.
Fair.
I don't need to vacillate over what might happen.
They start the work. I think it's a different process, and I think all of the Insomniacs would agree with me. But I would also say, if we're really talking super spicy, and I don't want to get there, I would ask, and this is just a general question. I don't know the actual answer. Munchie's always talking about how his friends are better, and I've latched on to that quote, and I get it. But how did the Insomniacs do in the Worlds in Tampa this weekend?
They got beat by the same team that they say is their comp. What you guys on the 3-on-1 and every other podcast around this country is not listening to is Vegas knows that Florida is as good as Vegas and probably in a lot of instances better. They're the one region where when we go to play, they beat us or give us comp. And it happens a lot. Nobody else. So every time you guys kept bringing up the Nightcrawlers, but you guys did this, and this. Yeah, because that's the one team that understands how to play this game the right way. The rest of y'all ain't ready.
We're not ready for the flag tournaments in Tampa. That is
exactly.
For sure. But
you're not ready for flag style A7.
Should be about, right?
No, you're not ready for flag style A7. Is what you're not ready for. Now BIC with the changes they made
did not play flag style A7.
They did their version of flag style A7, which is what carries them forward to flag championships quite a bit until they run up against Florida.
So, but, for the A7 conversation and get back to the Cory Hammond thing, when you're looking around the league and where I could land, the hypothetical situation of the Snow Tribe thing, even though guys on the team wanted me back, there's guys that, kind of run the team that for whatever reason, still feel that the quarterbacks they trotted out there that had a third of the passing yards that I did in the season.
Yeah, that shit was ridiculous.
And I played with the Boston Omegas. They aren't really an option for me, and good luck with to them for their season. A lot of it's going to be against me specifically. I don't know why. And then you look at teams like the Animals. I just didn't necessarily think that was going to be a good fit. You look at a team, from Baltimore. Those guys are kind of spreading out the talent of the Watchmen. So even though I could probably drive there, it didn't make sense. And honestly, I really always had a pretty decent working relationship with the guys on the Renegades. There was a situation and here and there, but in my decision-making process, I went with what I thought was the best for me. And when all the chips started falling and everybody's A7 is not ramped up to this level, I think ever. Even considering last year, it felt like a frenetic pace right after the fall championship. And, a whole team got created out of thin air and won it all. A lot of what's happening right now in the A7, and specifically for me, I just wanted to get involved with it, start working. And I think, even though I didn't do it last year, I almost was a renegade at the start of last year. The Boston thing came up, and I was more than happy to help out the league, help out the division, and do what I could.
Any Boston guys gonna make the trip down each week?
Hold on, guys. We have
so Xavier, Vinny, Goose will be joining me.
That's cool.
For the Renegades.
That's awesome.
I think it's awesome, and he's always been kind of the class of those guys as far as talent level goes. But one of the things that stands out to me is in many of those games we played BIC our fourth game of the season. And on the first snap of the game, he had a pretty bad ankle situation. Now, you guys saw me when I was out in Vegas. for Arizona for when I played out there. You know, I'm not an injury guy. Those don't make sense to me. But I also play with very little talent level, so if I'm hurt, it doesn't really affect my game that much.
All right, Corey, hang on. Corey, pump the brakes for a second. Pump the brakes for a second. I guess we have a caller.
Caller, you're on the other side of the ball. Hello.
Hey, how you doing? This is James.
Ooh, hi, Coach.
Oh boy.
What's up,
Hey,
Coach?
Coach?
Hey, Coach.
Hey, Coach, what's up, man?
Yeah, maybe I'm good. First of all, I want to say your guys' podcast was great. I agree with Rob on a lot of the things about the competition, and there's a lot of competition in there, and we haven't faced it yet, which is correct.
Yep.
But I disagree with your guys' analysis of the game because you guys don't break down film very well. But my whole thing is, you know, you keep talking about, Munchie and what he says. You know, you keep calling us a super team, but I'm going to give you a couple of facts real quick. 24 of the 35 guys on our team never played A7 before. Okay? So it's not like we went and took everybody from the A7 team. Two of the guys we picked up as free agents, Selly and Gianni, for some reason they got cut from the force. So
Yeah,
that one was a shock to me, but hey, I'll take them. So when you say we have the super team, we don't. But I'm glad we lit a fire under the Northeast's ass because, you know, they're over there trying to stack their team, which is cool.
Making moves.
But one major thing can happen. Only 7 guys can play on the field at a time. And they got Mark Bagway and BIC, good for them. Kenny Stansberry, the Godfather, good for him. I'm glad. I hope we get to see them in the championship.
Man,
now, you keep talking about RTC. He faced the BIC when he was on the force. Yeah, totally different teams. I guarantee you it's going to be a different style than what RTC has on the team he has now than he had with the force. Not taking anything away from the force, but they had no passing game. Rock, cool guy, those like Edward Scissorhands. So, you know, of course they're going to stack the box and hit RTC in the backfield almost every play. But
I think the conversation, and we do want to be factual here, but
Corey, you're done. Hold on, Corey. You can talk about 30 minutes after I get off. Corey, good luck on the Renegade. Thank you for letting me on.
Good to hear
Okay.
from you.
Now, Corey, you have 6 minutes.
You're just going to let him go for 6 minutes? Please don't.
No, that's his time left. He's got 6 minutes.
You got 3 minutes for a rebuttal. Then we got to talk too.
Okay.
Well, whatever. I mean, I'm not. I didn't come on to.
Look, Corey.
I'm lending my
we're
opinion
best
to you guys so that you
Corey,
guys have
we're
some
best
content.
when
It's great that
all of us are talking to you and talking back and forth.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
You've got great takes, but when you go on a tirade and then go on to 6 different tangents to try to tie it all back into one, we need no-dos. So bringing it back.
I like no-dos.
I like no-dos too.
I want to actually have an entertaining podcast for you guys. That's why I joined. So whatever you think would be entertaining, I'm totally down with.
So talk to us
Most of the
about.
time, when people listen to me, they either hate what I'm saying or like what I'm saying, but at least they listen.
All right, so
and that's what I'm here.
All right,
so to respond to
so let me just steamroll. Go.
That's who I'm going to be. And I honestly, guys, I can't see you. I'm just on the Skype thing, and I see this little square. So I'm trying to just respond to all the voices being thrown at me.
No worries.
And hopefully, I'm doing a good job.
You're doing an amazing
great.
job. Just keep talking.
You're great with your mouth.
So just respond to what James is saying, and I agree that basically with his take. Other than that, we don't watch film well or whatever he says. He loves to talk about IQ.
All right, so let's talk about the film breakdown. Let's talk about the film breakdown.
His rebuttal to anything.
But let's talk about the film breakdown. Corey, let's talk about the film breakdown. So
let's answer James, and then we can get to.
I thought you did answer James.
What James said
you haven't answered James in those 3 minutes.
Right, anyway. Go ahead.
Okay, so
4 minutes.
Every time you guys talk about that game, you talk about the Insomniacs not having any defense and losing the entire game. At the half, it was 25-20.
No, we don't.
Yes,
don't say
you do.
Yeah, you do.
Every time.
Yeah,
Corey,
you
don't dispute facts. Winners
That's
cannot let the losers retell the story.
That's
ever.
taking the show that we are on and
all right,
saying that all
so
of
the
us
score
did
was
the same
25-20 at the half, right? After that, the Nightcrawler scored. Nightcrawler scored how many?
It was 45, so they scored 20 more points.
Yep.
Or 44.
46.
Or was it 46? Okay, 46-50.
Okay, and the Insomniacs scored how many points?
30.
Okay. So clearly, Insomniacs won the second half. Immaterial. They said we got no stops on defense. They got 4 turnovers in the second half. I think those are stops.
They are.
They might not be 3 and outs the way you guys expect defense to be played, but that wasn't necessarily what the Insomniacs were trying to accomplish. They were forcing the guys that were on the field to work too hard, get wore down, and then take advantage. And then every time,
my point that I've literally said,
let me finish this one point, and then you can rebut. And then
the
every time they ran to AJ McQuaid's side, they threw a pick.
Yep. Every time.
Every single time they rolled to AJ McQuaid's side in the second half, they threw a pick. And then Rob wants to say how not great AJ was, except for he forced 4 picks in the second half.
AJ is Defensive Player of the Year.
I'm just telling you, the bullshit that you guys keep spewing make no sense to people who know football.
I am the one who disagrees with Rob on our show. So when we talk about facts, you can be Trump and make your own up, or we can be factual, and that's not what I ever said. And I'm on the show.
Okay, you're right. My bad. My bad. My bad.
Which isn't just we're mad.
Cory, you're right. I saw the post from the 3-on-1 that you were here representing the 3-on-1 today, and Rob is part of the 3-on-1. So I'm talking to the bigger we, which is you, Matt, and Rob, that are part of the 3-on-1. So you guys collectively, as a group, Rob said A, B, and C, and it's I'll just say stupid.
To be clear, a good show usually has more than just one point that's parroted over and over again. And if you listen to our show, if Rob says something, a lot of times I disagree with it. Right. But what Rob's point is that if Q Burks does not intercept the ball at the 6-yard line, that was about to be a 21 to whatever, 21 point spread at that point.
18.
And he's trying to exaggerate, in my opinion, the dominance that the Nightcrawlers showed up to that point.
And the point I made earlier that you're still focusing on, which makes no sense, is the Insomniacs know the Florida boys are their comp. So stop using Florida as the East because they are not as good as the Nightcrawlers. So let's be clear. No one in the East is as good as the constructed Nightcrawlers team of last season. Then the Insomniacs know that the Nightcrawlers of last season is their comp. They're saying everyone else in the East aren't as good as the Nightcrawlers. The Nightcrawlers are almost as good as the Insomniacs, if not better in some instances. And you guys lose sight of that fact every time we talk about this shit.
What I'm kind of sensing
1 minute.
That there's a lot of hurt butts.
No hurt. Just trying to correct y'all's stupidity. That's it. Honestly,
so what I would like to
I'll go back to what I said earlier.
Is the proper coverage?
It doesn't matter till you beat us.
What?
Doesn't matter till you beat us.
Okay, and that sounds like local guys show
No, that's how football works. You get to call yourself better when you win.
You're the champs. Hey, we talk about it all. Wait, hold on. We talk about this all the time in the NFL. They're the champs, Super Bowl champs, until somebody beats them. Wait, okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. But the fact of the matter is that all of them.
100%.
Agree with you.
100%.
It's a waste of time because what you're expecting from the 3-on-1 podcast is to look at the Insomniacs and just kiss their ass.
No, what I'm looking for is for one 3-on-1 podcast to break down that game and actually talk about the team that won that game in the light of them winning that game instead of talking about everything that went wrong and why everyone else is better. No, I'm talking about Cory, you do. But you are the minority of the 3-on-1 podcast. But you are the representative of the 3-on-1 podcast. So get Rob and Matt on this fucking show. And we get to I asked you about the Renegades and you went off on some other shit. That's where we're at.
Yeah, so then what do you disagree? What are you yelling at me for? I love you.
Because I can't yell at them. Because I can't yell at them. I love you. I love them too.
No.
What's that?
I went on the Jaffos to argue with 4 Insomniacs because they were so butthurt that how dare you not worship the feet and our feet and the ground that we just walked on, talking about how their friends are all better. You guys talk about how their backups are blowing teams out. And then you get angry that we call them a super team.
Okay, but see, here's the thing:
is you can't teams with their backups.
Matter of fact,
that means that their talent level is better. From
you guys, and Rob and Matt calling the Insomniacs a super team is the reason why the East will have nothing next season.
What 2 teams combined to make this super team?
I don't know.
Munchie's friends are just better, and they just lost to the Florida guys in a flag tournament.
In a flag
tournament,
halfway around on the coast.
Yes, all 12 of them lost in 9-man flag. You're right.
BIC was in this exact same spot. Rob was saying the exact same shit that you guys are now. And if the Insomniacs think shit's sweet, they have
go back and look at the podcast.
Okay,
we always say that.
Guys, we got to cut it.
Now back to Cory. Back to regular Cory. All right, we had our fun.
We're up against it. We can have Cory on for the whole entire show, but we do have other guests we got to get to.
Cory, stay on with us. Because I want to talk to you for real now that I got my shit out.
Talk about the fall and Moncrieff's potential, vying for one of the top backs in the division because he looks like a monster.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Agreed.
Who's the other guest?
Fika.
Fika,
the utility knife.
To hear what he thinks he's going to do in the spring, because as we talk about ad nauseum,
well, then stay on.
Outlaws don't exist. They might be the gold. They might be the.
Then stay on and watch the show, and then we'll talk to you in a minute. Stay on and see what's going on.
What I'm saying is that I came on as kind of the Vegas advocate on the 3-on-1.
Well, we appreciate you.
And all the bullshit that I yell at Rob for.
I actually kind of wanted to touch on how I think that the East Coast is really doing the right thing and bringing up Bagway and shit. But I want to know. I want to know where Logo's going.
What was the name of our podcast episode?
I want to know where Logo's going.
Immediately after the championship, what was the 3-on-1 podcast episode named? Do you guys remember?
Probably Vegas sucks. Tampa should have won that game, except for the 3 picks.
Over-selection.
I can't remember the last chick I hit.
You guys, I really hope that you guys don't represent all of Nevada, because then unfortunately those electoral college votes might go to Trump, and we will have a dictator.
The long and the short of it is
these are not facts. You're not listening to our show as much as I listen to your show as a huge fan of you guys.
You guys haven't had a show.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
we just
put out one last
week. You
week.
guys are literally quoting it.
So I know. You said we don't listen to your show as much as we listen to yours.
Back,
We've listened to the episodes
I watch
you put
your
out.
show every time you put one out.
I'm a big fan.
Fine. When we came back from Vegas or Arizona or whatever you want to call it,
Bullhead City.
Bullhead City.
Every word that I
No,
say.
you're good. You're good.
You guys keep
When
calling it
we
Vegas
came
too. It's
back-
Bullhead City. It was a neutral site, but
the
home game
episode
for
was
us
called
apparently.
Overcorrection, and we started talking about the way in which New Jersey was going to take the loss that they suffered before even the regional championship. Right? They didn't even beat Baltimore.
Right.
And we talked about how there was rumors that are now confirmed, because we heard these rumors. And we were putting the league kind of on notice, like with our little hints and our little games, because as journalists with integrity, we don't report all of the stories that we hear.
You can't.
Well, a lot of guys
You can
do.
Adam Schefter and steal fucking Jason Kelsey's thunder.
But what we talked about was overcorrection, because back in the A7FL days, long before, unfortunately, you guys were still just stuck playing flag and wishing that you had this.
Right.
We're so thankful that you guys are here now, right? Because it's better than what your guys went down to Tampa to do. Always, every day will be better than flag. In 2018, there was an all-Baltimore championship. And then both the Pennsylvania teams and the New Jersey teams came back the next year with revamped, stacked rosters because they were not having it.
And then Pennsylvania
that is
quit.
Sometimes the theme that you have to face. Now, what's interesting about our league now compared to then is the Insomniacs do have to take care of their own business first before they even have to worry about anything that the East or the West or the Midwest or Europe has to offer them. But the hypothetical conversation that we have is, if you talk to RTC, and I ask Coach James to do that. Derek, you were there in person. The one thing that you said the Force were not ready to do was what in that game?
Go up against the aggression that they had on the field.
Physicality.
That physicality, and then BIC made sure to disrupt our entire halftime, so we couldn't strategize to do whatever we need to for the second half.
Well, it was that game was so close that I think the halftime does make a difference, right?
It was 33-0.
The Force had scored enough points at halftime to make that.
Corey, it was 33-0. But there have been games where people have came back and made it a game out of 33-0.
Yeah. Can I ask a quick question?
Hold on. Caller, you're on the other side of the ball. Hello. Caller, you there?
No.
All right.
So
ask your question.
What's your favorite quarterback?
Oh, Scooter.
Hello.
Scoot.
How are you,
man?
sir?
Hello.
We can hear you, Scoot. Go ahead.
How you guys doing?
Good, and
Good,
you?
How
you?
you guys doing?
Hey, that's my guy.
Rookie of the year, Scooter Hamilton. What's up, buddy?
I'm just kind of listening to this conversation we have here that keeps happening, coming up here with this whole no competition this and blah blah blah.
What do you got to add, buddy?
Well, I wanted to just kind of add in there, man. You know, football is football. I mean, plays are going to be made on both sides of the ball. It doesn't matter how bad a team is dominating another team. I mean, we've seen Super Bowls with the Patriots getting blown out and coming back off of 30 points down.
Rob point. This is a Rob point. Scott, you're my guy.
It's football. It's football.
We hugged so tightly because he made me right in Rob's face after the championship. Don't give me the Rob point. I never said any of these things, and we can bring on Rob as one of the callers if we want to scorch Rob. But you'll be surprised to hear what he says about the BIC Super Team on the Friday episode that drops.
Look, I ain't worried about the BIC Super Team. Whoever they added, they can't play anyways. They're on contract, so it doesn't even matter. That's a minute point. They're going to play a guy just for playoffs after missing 8-10 regular season games. Come on now. And only that, he ain't leaving his flag family.
That's maybe something you might hear on the newest episode of the 3-on-1, which we recorded last night and will be dropping Friday at midnight. And I think for you guys, it's whatever time because you guys are all the way over there.
9:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Oh, right in prime time on Thursday night. Right on a prime time.
Oh, they said Friday.
So
tomorrow night, Friday? Or tomorrow night, Thursday?
Thursday.
Yes.
Tomorrow's
Nice. You have to listen to my drive.
By the way,
I'm gonna be real with you.
big...
I'm gonna be real with you, just like I'm real with the people on the RTU show. Them Nightcrawlers are better than any team on the East Coast. They're better than any team. That's why they
now?
They were.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, who do they have now?
They were. Maybe not now.
Yeah, who are you talking to? You don't have to say it. Who are you talking to? No, it's not. Nope. That's not something that I think you guys are going to have to worry about. It's not something that and who knows, right? Who knows? There's a lot of talent in Florida, period. But how many teams do they have? They're not.
Who knows? You guys know way more about what's happening behind the scenes than we do. I mean, honestly, we don't.
Let me ask you this: in general, who has more 5-star recruits in their state? California or Nevada? Nevada, excuse me.
I mean,
every other state is going up against a city in Las Vegas. Remember that shit. And we have very few.
Highest, and we have the number one rated
this is a Nevada
high school program in the nation.
In general,
you're missing my point.
Who has more 5-star recruits, California or Nevada?
My point.
California.
Well, hold on. What?
Right.
Scoot. Hold on. Wait. Cory.
California's
Hold on.
Non-existent.
Hold on. Scoot. What were you going to say?
Uh-oh.
Cory,
you got muted.
Point.
Cory,
there you go.
Stand by. You got muted.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Cory,
Scooter.
You're missing my point. You're missing my point, man. The point I'm trying to make is not only myself, but others have played football our whole lives. The game of physicality is no different than what we played before. That Nightcrawler team came out of the East Coast or whatever the hell they did. They beat y'all best team, which were the Watchmen. Whether you guys think that or not, whether BIC played a crappy game or that you didn't play their best, the Watchmen won. They got beat by the Nightcrawlers, which means the Nightcrawlers are better than the Watchmen, which means the Watchmen beat this team and that team, which means the Nightcrawlers probably would have beat them.
You're playing the Munchie game. Well, therefore and thus thou and
all
this.
You guys are playing the if you don't get the pick.
Let me
matchups, not just this game.
Let me break it down a little further.
And I have never said any of these things, Scott. So I will not take the flack for them.
Let me break it down a little further.
Say is what we say is not that Nightcrawlers were not better.
Hang on, but to a man, everyone on the 301 podcast thought the Nightcrawlers were the Watchmen were the class of the East going into the fall and then coming out of the fall. No one, Rob and I believe Cory as well, thought the Watchmen were the best team that the Northeast had to offer. That team
shout out to the Wolverine.
Came to Ohio and had to travel like the rest of us have to do when we play against bigger teams.
Yep.
And although the score was tight, the Nightcrawlers were in control of that game the entire time. It was never in doubt. They were chasing. They were chasing the entire game.
Derek, you can't start the show talking about game control and how the Insomniacs and the Nightcrawlers game, you're not going to talk about game control in that game. No. What's the final score? The final score was 60 to 52. I thought that was a great game to watch. Both teams did a great job, and the Nightcrawlers were better.
The Nightcrawlers were up by 2 scores almost the entire game.
The best team in the league. Did we not when we were doing our top 10 preseason?
The better team won. The better team played all 4 quarters and won the game.
I picked the Insomniacs. I have no idea why the Vegas podcast, which I'm a huge fan of, that has me on all the time, and I am your advocate.
Because we love you.
Okay.
And you're always coming out. We love that.
But what Scott is saying has nothing to do with what we say. What we say is that is the Tampa Bay Nightcrawlers the most physical offensive line and defensive line in the East Coast that you could have faced hypothetically?
Yes, by far.
Okay.
By far.
Yes, by far.
Guys, we have other guests we got to get to.
We got to let people go.
Scotty, we appreciate you calling in. Always a pleasure. But waiting patiently.
Stay on, Cory.
In his seat has been Fika Tull.
Oh, I just had a question.
Did we lose? Is Scott still? Or is he gone? Scooter, you still on?
No. Okay.
Okay. So
Scooter, thanks for the contributions, brother. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, just a quick question. How's the pizza? Okay.
It's great because it's got no fucking pineapple.
Right?
I was looking at that like.
All right. So Fika Tull has been patiently waiting to get his story told. And first off, Fika, thank you for coming in. How are you?
Good. How about you guys?
Good,
man. Nervous, huh?
Nah.
Or is that nervous energy?
Chilling, nervous energy.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So you wanted to come on this platform and kind of tell your story. So the floor is yours, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. I've been playing ball since I was 5th grade, all the way in the islands. Came out here in
Which island?
Oahu.
Beautiful.
Oahu, Hawaii.
All right.
In
what
the
do they call
beautiful
Vegas?
city
The
of
Ninth
Palava.
Island?
Yes.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Ninth Island.
Thank you. I've been out here in 2019 and been rocking with the Sin City Govs since. It's my first real season of playing A7. I love it.
How old were you when you got here in 19?
23.
Okay, so you're 26 now? 27 now?
Yeah. Been rocking with them Govs boys since, and yeah.
Look, Fika, I've been watching you quite a bit because they call on me to do all these minor league Hall of Fame All-Star games, and I got involved with a bunch of Mike Howard's old stuff and a bunch of Chris Wallace's stuff. So I've been seeing you, and you're a name and a guy that jumps off the film every time in every game. Thank you for bringing your talents to A7 because your coach, Isaac, and I, we chop it up quite a bit. We got a lot of mutual respect for one another, and we talk about you a lot and other guys in your squad. But I'm really happy that you came out here to show your guys on your team and the guys in A7 what the Govs look like playing A7. I hope one day you guys decide to make the move.
I'm trying to get these guys out in the spring, man.
Let's do it.
It'll be mid-season for us, but if we can just stay healthy, man, it'll be better for us on both sides. You know what I mean? We play healthy football on A7 and just keep it rocking all the way through the week for our Govs games on Saturdays.
Now, obviously, you are a Swiss Army knife, but what would you say is your favorite position and your most natural position on the field?
Most natural position, running back. I've been running the rock ever since I've learned how to play the game of football.
I was gonna say that's kind of obvious.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to say nothing.
He's got hands
bad.
too, though.
Yeah, no, out of the back,
hands,
dude. I've seen him out of the backfield, but this man running the rock
A7, he's a backstab.
is just crazy because he doesn't know what running half-ass means. He is 1,000% going forward.
So with that said, who would you compare your running style to?
Oh man, and the game of football.
Yeah.
Dude,
period.
Man, Freddie T. What?
Freddie Taylor.
Ooh,
Fred Taylor.
Fred Taylor, really?
That man.
Dude,
I love that, man.
Another guy
Right?
that really should be in Canton with a gold jacket, in my opinion.
He's like the
If
Tim
he don't
Duncan of the
get one,
NFL.
Yep.
This ballot, they're
Him
tripping.
and Frank Gore.
But
I would
also,
agree.
I mean, if you look at his game, the way Fika runs, like you can tell he's going for 5 yards. Like if he cracks
Every
it
time.
free, cool. But he's really pushing. Like no matter where the contact comes, he's gonna keep driving to make sure he gets those positive yardage or those positive yards. But every once in a while, that extra little push cracks one free.
Yeah.
Fika, have you been watching the spring leading up to this fall?
Yes, I have.
Where do you put yourself in the hierarchy of running backs in Las Vegas? in A7? Where do you stack up?
To be honest, I don't even think I could put myself in it near top 5 right now. You know, I haven't even been like.
You think you're top 10
potential?
I put you in the top 10. I think.
I honestly,
I think you're top 5.
10
honestly,
other running backs. To be honest, I think I only saw like 2 or 3, maybe.
But you know, you gotta kind of give it to the kid. He's humble. I like that.
That's beautiful.
I like that.
He's
I
an
like the
islander,
fact that
man.
you're humble
He's
and
not.
that you're out there. Let me prove and show you what I
sure.
got, and then you guys can friggin'
Yeah,
tell
you
me.
just judge me off
you know
my game.
Exactly.
Facts. Yeah,
And to
that's how
sit
I
up
like
there
it.
when I'm sitting up there watching
if
you,
guys don't mind,
it's
can
pretty
I ask a
incredible.
question?
yeah, go for it, Corey.
Go ahead, Corey.
Fika, you can hear
First
him,
of all,
right?
I've seen some of your games, and you know, obviously the fall is from a phone screen because my wife doesn't want me to monopolize A7FL all the time. Look at my night now, right? I'm here, so I got to compromise where I can. So fan of your game, but
Thank you.
I love talking to guys that are new to A7, and my question for you is and nobody interrupt me. Have you ever played flag before this?
Yes, I have. I've played flag a
And
few
now
times.
you played A7. What would you compare the physicality level of the two styles? Just so we're clear.
Man, like A7, you can't compare flag and A7 to be honest, because one, there's more contact in A7 than there is in flag. Flag, you only can pretty much jam. That's about it, right? That's the most contact you'll get.
Depends on which flag version you're playing.
Yeah, because like
contact
the
flag.
contact flag is
him.
just
I think he's
jamming,
answering,
right?
And I think you guys are
No,
trying to.
He asked the question. We answered.
not
Corey.
at
We're
all.
good.
Because I honestly like I have a
Viking, you play flag.
I
more,
play
right?
I play
Yeah.
I play them both, and I'm a huge advocate for both.
Well, you're in
But
the trenches,
A7 is
Scott.
obviously more physical.
Yeah,
but
that's
it's a
what
different game.
Yeah.
But
But what I'm
I
saying,
think
Scott, is
Fika's
you're
a
in the
good
trenches,
person to
so
ask
trench game is
more.
trench game, right?
Well, I was
Yeah,
gonna
but-
say Fika's a better person to ask on the scale on like how it feels like in the middle of the two, because Fika plays 8-man tackle.
Right.
And not only does he play it, Fika dominates 8-man tackle.
I tried to.
This is his style of football, and now he's like the conversion point between flag, tackle, and A7. This is the prototype. This is how we have who we have to get the answers
Well,
from.
Scott, you're a defensive
TP.
end, right?
Yeah,
Trey. Those
So
are
when
all.
you're playing flag defensive end,
there's
you got
no
to
difference.
fight the guy blocking you.
Yeah.
But how many guys in flag play the same position as you, weigh about 40 pounds to 60 pounds less, and are able to get guys down by touching their hips like a high school dance?
Some, but they usually don't get past
in
the right.
A7
They don't get
NFL,
past
are
the
those same guys
blockers.
going to be effective defensive ends in the A7FL?
I
mean, but I wouldn't even compare that to it, because in flag they only have 1 or 2 line. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
linemen, and they're not really real linemen.
There's not a lot of pro style teams left.
To be clear, even though you guys are trying to filter his answer because he's your guest, and I get
we're
it. So to be
answering his
clear-
questions, but okay.
So to be clear, there is no comparison in the level of physicality between
Not true.
flag
No, there's
and
a
A7FL, right?
direct
Well,
comp.
hold on.
When it comes to the trenches,
No,
there's
it's
a
not.
direct comp.
He said the answer. and
Fika,
that's
no.
all
What
that
did you say? What did you say when it comes to physicality?
there's
and
no
the
comparison.
Hold on, physicality in the line. What did you say?
Usually on flag, I'm just saying how I call it, how I'm on the field. You know what I mean? Like, if I got 2 on linemen and I see Viking on the other side, I'm gonna try and get my real on lineman on that's as physical as him to be on that field to block him. You know what I mean? And now that's one less guy that I get to use as a weapon in flag. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And A7, there's already 3 linemen that's dedicated to block. So it's like,
The flag game has changed a lot, though.
yeah, it really
Yeah,
has.
there's
So, I mean-
more spread offenses
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
than
exactly
when
what
we
I
played.
mean. Like,
Yeah.
if there's 2 linemen on the field in flag, one of my guys, it'll be a more finesse guy, where if Viking, I'll just let Viking come after me and I'll just dump it to that guy. You
Yeah.
know, like,
Right. But you can't do that
Let
in
me just-
A7. 'cause
Exactly,
you guys are
Stop, and I'll let
eligible.
you guys
Exactly.
take over telling him how great he is all the time. But what is...
You were on one, Corey.
You must have
Well,
smoked some good stuff, bro.
I started it?
I must
No,
be new
no,
here.
no, but you're
Finally ready
continuing
to
it. I don't
tell
even.
everybody
like,
how great
I'm
he
here
is.
to
you
rub
got a
big
ton of
Stop
animosity
answering
right now.
the
Like,
question.
pump your brakes, bro.
No, but what, in your opinion now, especially because you're a running back, and I love to hear from running backs, because running backs, in my opinion, is the toughest tough guy position. Because when you're looking at what RTC had to do in that championship game,
Man.
on 26 carries,
oh my God,
Going against Henderson.
that guy's a dog.
so that's
Yeah.
why I say to anybody that has a question about our hypothetical, and I said it was even a devil's advocate because I didn't necessarily agree with it.
We know.
We praise Kenny Mack and Oos and Schwenk as one of the best groups of offensive blockers in the league. I talk about Munchie blocking 3 guys as a wide receiver in crunch time when he could have just ran a pass like a diva. And then everybody's climbing on these shows, climbing over each other just to try to get their point to Cory Hammond. Cory Hammond's here. But
you're pretty.
Now that we go back to what it is.
It's like that.
What is your bet? What is your preferred brand of football now that you played A7? Flag?
Just football, period. Just put me around the football. I'll play it. I love football. That's what I do.
And that's the kind of guys that we want in our league. And I don't particularly love flag as a player because I've lost championships in flag because some guy who couldn't bring me down if he tried touched my hip and said, "Yep, that pass that you just released for a touchdown didn't count." And you know me, I'm as petty as they come. But I do agree with the sentiments that you guys are trying to use as counterpoints to Rob's arguments. And if you watch
Scotty might like that.
Which
I like
drops
PP touches.
Thursday 9 for you guys and Friday midnight for the rest of the East Coast that's I'm sure is watching to also call in and try to trash me.
God.
No one's trashing you, Cory.
You'll hear some of those points. And I think what the one interesting thing is we had Scooter on and we're doing a top 7 quarterbacks as, just a little tease. And I just wanted to see where he might rank himself. And it's funny that you're asking our guest here, where does he rank himself as a running back? And he gave the perfect media answer. I'm just here to play. So I'm going to let you guys do your show. And then when you get angry at the East Coast, I'm here.
All right. Well, then you're here because we're always angry at the East Coast based on the way the information comes to us. It's not you, Cory, but you are the one person in defense of the East Coast for us today. So, Fika, do you have designs on the spring yet? Do you know what you're doing? Are the Govs going to let you guys play?
Look at the smile on his face.
But equally important, are the Govs going to let you guys play? I know spring's a big deal because it's during your season as well.
If we do, then that's where I'm gonna be. If not, I already have some plans. Stay tuned for that. It's gonna be real spicy.
You ain't gonna give them up right now, huh?
Nah.
All right.
Who does the Alliance have next week?
We got the defending
when
champs.
you're ready to announce, you can actually join the 3-on-1 podcast. We'd love to tell. No, I'm just joking.
He said they'd like to ask him.
So Fika, I mean, the big question for everybody going into this week is, if the Alliance don't beat the Insomniacs, or if they lose by more than 15 points, Alliance, I believe, gets put out of the play.
Alienators got a shot.
And the Alienators got a shot. Right?
Yep.
That's what I've heard.
But the Alienators play?
They're on a bye. They're 2-2 with a 14-point diff right now.
So the Alliance
is the worst time to have a bye for them.
Win and they're in.
I think for them it works out.
Because they don't get to help their point differential.
If they play,
they do get to help their point differential because if they were playing the Insomniacs, they'd be out.
Yeah, that would be
right.
Or even if they played, period, it would have been all bad for us.
Well, the point is they've already played 4 games, right?
Yep.
They ain't had a bye.
Nobody else.
The Alliance only played 3.
No, Alienators.
Oh, Alienators.
The only other team that's played 4 are OTT and the Hunters.
Yes,
correct.
Right?
Because we gave the buys to the top team. So the Alienators had their bye already, or they're having their bye this week.
Correct.
Everybody else on the top is playing their 4th game.
Yep. Alliance had the first week bye.
Right. Yeah. So.
Oh, we have Mrs. Cory.
That's not Jess?
I have somebody who wanted to talk to you guys.
Is that Jess or is that your daughter?
We can't see.
This is a 12-year-old.
So. Okay, that's what I thought.
We can't see her face. Can't see her face.
We see her from the nose down.
We see her from the nose down.
We're yelling in his general direction, not at him. We're yelling at the East Coast.
Your dad's pretty. Somebody has to yell at him every so often.
Good. He deserves it.
Good. He deserves it.
Wow. Well, let me.
Wow.
Do you want to?
Cory, what's your beautiful daughter's name?
She thought I was doing the 3-on-1, so she said she wanted to tell the audience how she roasted Matt one time. Go ahead.
Beautiful.
So, we want to hear.
When he was doing the race, I texted him saying that I would beat him in the race.
Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted.
Oh, I so want that to happen.
Yes.
Opening weekend. Cory, opening weekend. I need you to set this up.
Over here has a very expensive and very important dance season that I don't want her to. She's at the level of athletic competition.
There's a fundraising thing here.
Casey and Matt race. But
Corey, who's paying for the dance
says
season?
I deserve it, so keep it up, guys.
Who's paying for the dance season? We want to contribute to a one-on-one sprint, a 40-yard dash between Matt Ryan and
your daughter.
Corintha.
Yeah, what's your daughter's name?
No, that is
Coraline.
Cameron Dawn Hammond. She.
Say it again.
She may not have
say that again.
Cameron Dawn.
Something Dawn.
Like the other ones, but she may
Cameron
be
Dawn?
other than the clumsiness.
Well, say her name
she
again.
May be the most. What?
Say her name again.
Cameron
Nice.
Dawn Hammond.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we could put together a little fundraising. thing,
man.
Yeah, we got
to support that
Kevin,
one-on-one 40-yard race.
is they will help fundraise if you are willing to race Matt. And look, I promise Matt.
Yeah, let's pay for a
I'll put down on that too.
What was that?
Listen, Matt's gonna have to just do this, but I know Matt would lose.
I would put money on it just to see Matt dressed like that again.
Listen, to be clear, the only reason I even offered it up is because your guy at the time, and we don't have to mention, fallen comrades.
Dad.
He'll be back. He'll be back.
40. That's insane, by the way. Listen, my family's
He
telling me to,
he meant 5 hours. Just so we're clear. So let's roll it back to Fika because I don't know how much time we have.
We're up against it.
We're up against it.
Yeah,
You could put me up against it.
Hold on. Hold on.
So
Caller, you're on the other side of the ball. Hello.
We got another call.
Hello, guys. I'm pretty much a big fan of you guys.
Mr. Rob Fabian.
And
Wow.
This
No.
guy.
God damn it! I can't
Oh,
do
strong.
No voices, right?
damn,
Your voice is too
your
strong.
impression sounded like
Definitely.
Biggie.
What's going on, Big
swear to
Rob?
God.
I tried.
What's going on, Big Rob?
I
How?
tried to do a Tim from Reno Biggie. It didn't work. Derek, just a quick question.
Yes, sir.
Just a quick question for Derek. Is that cool?
Yeah,
Go
of
ahead,
course.
sir. Go ahead.
No.
Okay, cool. Who said no? Shut up. If you had to pick 7 QBs to start a division, right? You had to pick 7 QBs to start a division. And I mean, seriously.
Yeah,
How many of those QBs would be from Vegas?
3.
Please name the 3 so I can throw up.
Scooter, Smooth,
Okay.
which you guys call Lex Luthor,
Who?
Not anymore.
Hell no. Okay.
and Trey Robinson.
And who else?
Trey Robinson.
What the?
Not
Yo,
Jeremy Geary.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm done. Hey, you guys have a good night, guys. No Jimmy Geary? Yeah, this is biased.
Yeah,
this is
look,
biased. I don't like Jimmy
it
Geary.
has.
That's crazy.
I like Jeremy Geary. I like a quarterback who sits in the pocket and has the ability to get out of the pocket and make plays. Jeremy Geary is proven he can do that, but that's not his game.
Rob, I love the fact that you
think-
call
so you're
in.
picking Jimmy?
I love the fact that you call in, you ask for an honest opinion, he gives it, and then you're going to freaking just hang up because you're like, oh, I don't agree.
And then you put me on the spot,
No,
too.
no.
I don't get to see enough of JJ's
I
games,
just
too.
want to give you guys this. No, I want to give you guys your show. I don't want to take over.
No, we like you on the show, Rob.
Sorry,
I mean,
Debo.
we rarely get a chance to talk to you like this, man. I put chats together so we can have conversations and you don't respond.
I feel like Big Rob's the type to text back like a light-skinned chick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna happen.
When he's ready.
Yeah,
He only
I'm
takes
just
back when
like,
he needs
yeah.
something.
Big Rob is one of those things that he's gonna stir up the pot and walk away and go, it wasn't my spoon.
Rob, can I say
You
something real
remember
quick?
last time he was on this
Yeah.
podcast?
Lester
He was
is mac and
yelling
cheese.
at the top of
Hey,
his
Corey,
lungs
Corey,
like,
Corey,
Derek,
you've been talking the whole time.
Uno.
Can I talk to Rob? For God's sakes. Rob, I absolutely
what's up, Rob?
loved your takes on the Jaffos the other night. You literally broke down every
yeah, that
single
was
thing
fun.
good about bad about the Insomniacs that they need to work on, and I truly believed and appreciated 98% of that.
And Rob, put on your damn seatbelt, man.
That's cool. Good.
Put on your seatbelt.
Oh, damn it. All right, whatever.
Either the seatbelt with him or the fire.
All right,
Always
all
one
right.
or the other.
My only challenge with that is you said they got no stops. They got 4 turnovers. Those count as stops
Exactly.
And 3 of those did turn
4
into
turnovers
touchdowns.
win.
in the second half.
No, 4
Rob
turnovers
doesn't
win.
remember the last
Who
play of the
had the
game was a
turnovers?
turnover, and he doesn't. And he doesn't give Q versus
Q,
Danye, Q,
He just says he's
Rico,
legend.
and Danye.
Yep.
Q, Rico, Danye.
Now, before we continue this, we do have to say farewell to Fika. Fika, go ahead and give us your final parting shots, my good man.
What I do want to ask, Fika, is
How do
what
we get more Islanders into the
key?
A7?
Yes, so that's a great question. Before we make them leave,
God damn, I need more of y'all playing. Y'all got this
Sell some
fire.
Hawaiian food, dog. Nah.
Chicken katsu, got it.
doing it the Aloha Kitchen out there for the food truck or
Have
something.
to, you have to.
Okay,
have to.
Okay.
little
katsu.
grass hut.
We can make that happen.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Spanish
Just a
beer,
little bit.
Got that.
It's a little bit of pig, you know what I'm saying? Get the boys out of there.
Hey, look, I got a pig roast oven for you, so I will do that.
Come on.
All right,
Let's
look,
go.
Got you.
Can you do this without giving away your game plan?
Yeah.
Keys to the game for you guys to beat the Insomniacs or keep it within 15 this Sunday.
We're just locked in. I'm going to just say that.
Okay.
Plain and simple.
Okay. I like it.
I ain't going to speak for nobody else. Just us. We ready.
Well, dog, tote that rock. Tote that rock. Tote that rock. I'm a big fan of Fika Tull. Thank you for everything.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Much love.
Thank you for everything you do for Vegas ball,
brother.
man.
Appreciate you.
You're amazing, dog.
Okay, now you got 2 minutes to talk about what you want before our next guest comes on. 2 minutes.
Uh-oh.
I usually finish way faster than that.
Rob, did you hear all that though?
Well, we said Trey, I love Trey Robinson's game. I love Darnell Richardson's game.
I'm still here.
Let's be clear. I always say that those guys are great quarterbacks because I know what a great quarterback looks like, and those guys are it. What? Stop it. What about? You heard my wife?
No.
What'd she say?
What'd she say?
By the
You
way,
just said Huff.
by the
Huff.
by the
Huff might
way,
be the greatest quarterback in Vegas.
by the way, speaking of the wife, how's the baby?
Well, it's internal still.
Right, it's still cooking.
Yeah, it's still cooking.
Okay. But everything.
They didn't use the
everything
microwave like
going
I
well,
did.
except for my wife's mood because it's a big baby and she's relatively far along, and life sucks when you're that pregnant.
Oh, the Back to the Future.
Something does.
We have a lot of experience with.
Okay, all right.
But the quarterbacks.
If that had happened, she wouldn't be pregnant. I'm just saying.
Tangibles.
Yes.
Just saying.
Wow.
Whoa. Yes,
Yeah,
we heard that.
Hey, at Jess Tattoos. What's her Instagram? At
Right?
Jess what? What is it? What's
She
the wife's?
said that?
She said. I said,
I
what's
heard
Jess?
that she
What's
said-
Jess's
she said it
Instagram?
Again, she said that. You guys heard that?
Yes, we heard it.
What's her Instagram? She's gonna have a lot of followers after this.
Yep.
Right?
Hey, whatever.
On that note, our next guest is
Listen,
ready.
if Hudson Hammond grows up and he plays in the NFL and we benefit off of that by proxy, she'd be wrong.
Look, Corey, I'm going to say to you what I'm saying to everybody else. My new son is going to be the #1 prospect for the NFL, and he's going to come out of the draft and pull an Eli Manning, combo Steve Young, and look at everyone and go, I reject your #1 draft pick. I'm going to the A7 NFL.
Bingo.
And then
Wow.
just like Steve, no. If Brady Hammond gets drafted,
That's such an amazing name.
Oh, good lord.
It is.
Brady Hammond.
When Brady Hammond gets drafted, keep going.
He's
Every bit of it.
6'1",
You feel my pain, Chris.
Yes.
184.
He's 15.
He had
He's 15 now.
27 touchdowns passing in
Was he
rushing
15 now?
freshman year. What?
He's 15 right now.
15 February 15th.
So he's still 14.
Technically, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
it's like 2 weeks away.
He's actually
Anyway,
14.
Trey
A month
Robinson,
away,
Darnell
bruh.
Richardson.
Month
Yes.
away.
Tangibles, what we can measure,
Yep.
off the charts.
Yep.
Accuracy, ability to move in the pocket.
Trey's
ability to
accuracy is
get
only
yards
okay.
Out of the pocket.
Trey's accuracy is only okay.
Anticipation,
But he's
arm
damn
strength,
good at
quick
dribbling the ball when he's running.
Right. He's doing 2K. He's doing 2K like primetime plays or whatever.
Yep.
I'm just starting 2K. I suck at it. The thing with those two guys, Derek, and this isn't an indictment on them. It's just a question. It's
Well,
an
I have
honest question.
indictments for them, but you haven't probably touched on those. But you don't know them like I do.
I'm not talking about like the 91 that the same guy that I keep mentioning gets. So don't vote for him, Scott McCorkle. But anyway,
Just because you're white.
Damn. Jesus Christ.
Anyhow,
You're not white, you're pale.
They took my right to vote a long
Anyhow.
time
You
ago.
guys still need me for this part?
We gotta go.
hold on.
Go ahead. Make the point. Make the point. Get to the point, Corey.
Trey Robinson, from his own teammates last year on a championship run, and I quote, is weird and isn't a leader in the sense that they wanted it. And there's a lot of reasons why that goes on.
And that is
Who
the
knows?
knock on Trey.
Right, whatever, right?
That is the knock on Trey, yes.
And Darnell Richardson, during a season in which the Kryptonite were the 4th seed, had a playoff run in front of them.
He has been kicked off teams in back-to-back seasons. Yeah, keep going.
So when you say you're going to start a team with those guys,
Well, I'm the coach, though. I don't
all
tolerate
right,
any of that
you
shit.
can- fine, right?
Oh, by the way,
how much
Darnell's
are you
on here. He's listening.
Pimp
Look,
and strong.
Look,
I love Darnell Richardson.
I
talked to him personally about what he should fix to fix his game.
Not
and
the
it's
dull
just
joint.
Play, ball out, do what you do, Don't think about all the other stuff. Who cares about if you lose one game? Don't throw a temper tantrum and quit to your team or blame everybody else.
Right.
Just go out there and throw 6 touchdowns like you can.
But the deal is, if you're not able to have solid communication with guys who are that kind of talented, that are that kind of headstrong, you end up with those kind of results. That just wouldn't happen with me at the helm. That's just where we're at.
But you're not going to abdicate ownership in the division so that you can coach one of these guys specifically.
I might.
So when we start spring
for the right amount of money,
say what?
So for the right amount of money, I definitely would abdicate.
Derek, if the money is going to you for the coaching job, where is the money coming from for all the other shit?
I'm in this scenario. I'm selling the division and retaining. I'm retaining a percentage where I get finder's fees.
Right.
Okay. But let's just further break down that point, and then we can move on to another great.
Corey, hang on.
We got to get to our guest.
We got to introduce our guest, and then we'll come back to you where it's relevant.
All right.
You're acting like this is my fault. It is not.
Nobody's blaming you. I'm just trying.
I blame Cory Hammond. Go ahead.
Joining us now is certainly he's been one of the favorite players to watch during this fall brawl season. Coming to us from parts unknown, from the Alienators, the one, the only, Devonte Moncreef. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, man. Appreciate y'all for having me.
Appreciate you for coming on. Like I said, you have certainly been fun to watch this season. So give us your football story. Give us your football background. Tell us how you got involved in A7.
So I started playing, probably like 6 years old. I've been playing ever since then. I had a break for a while after high school. Kind of made some not bad decisions, but I got injured in high school and kind of I don't know how to say it, just drifted away from football. I was scared that I was going to get hurt, and I want to have kids in the future, and, I want to be able to throw the ball to my son. I had a shoulder problem. So it kind of just drifted my focus away, but I ended up going to college for a little bit and ended up having some of my buddies that were on the team at UNR, and they wanted me to come out, and show my stuff. And stories unknown, that didn't work because I had to pay for school, and it just didn't go the way I wanted. So I strayed away from it for a little while. But my homie Robert Burns, shout out to him, man. He got me back on. Yeah, Robert Burns, that's my boy, that's my brother. I played with him when I was like 7 years old, man. Yeah. So we go way back, and he told me that I'd be a killer in this league and just come try it out. He
wasn't wrong.
Yeah, he told me to watch you.
He did?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my boy.
He was like, we're sitting on the sidelines, and he's like, you got to watch my boy. I'm like, okay. Who's your boy? Yeah. He told me, and I'm like, all right, I'm upstairs. I'm gonna start watching him.
Definitely lived up to the billing.
Yeah,
definitely.
Week 1 definitely put his name on the map in A7 for sure.
And we've been talking about you ever since.
I appreciate that. I'll be seeing y'all gas me up, man. I love that.
So, but it's really not even gassing you up. You're a super patient runner. Like,
right.
The way you play running back
it's
is like a running back. Like you can tell that's your position.
Your vision.
You've trained like it's your natural position, and you've worked on it. So like you've taken the gifts that you've been given, and you're honing your craft.
Dude,
as long as you keep
set up
working
your
on
blocks,
it, you have a long way to go.
Watching you set up your blocks, I've been sitting upstairs watching you. I'm like, watch him set up his blocks, man. Just watch his little head fake. Watch him cut back. He's setting up his blocks. He's setting up his blockers perfectly.
Yeah, shout
just
out
to
to
get them
lineman.
yards.
Shout out to my lineman.
Which, by the way, Mr. Burns minus Smithers will be one of our guests next week.
Yeah, I'm good to have him on. He's a good dude, man. I can't wait.
Get the big dog on the show,
Mr.
man.
Burns minus Smithers.
Get him on the show, man. Y'all know it's crazy, bro. I actually play not running back. I play linebacker is my main position all through high school.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I was going to go to college for.
Yeah, that's real scary.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. I just need to get in some pads, really, I think, before I play that. And I just wanted to have fun at the running back spot. Not down to anybody in this league, but my boy Robert told me, he was like, it's going to be easy for me. And I kind of took his word for it. I was like, oh, yeah,
so let me ask you the follow-up. Has it been, quote unquote, easy?
It's definitely easier than high school, in my opinion, as far as like running the rock, just because you could really see who's scary.
Yes.
And I think there's a lot of scary dudes in this league. I don't like talking a lot of trash, man, but there's definitely, you could tell who really want it and who really don't.
You can tell the dudes who are backing up to hit you and the dudes that are coming forward, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And a big thing with A7 is, we don't have paths, and that's dope because it really shows who focuses on technique. And the people who ain't scared, who have good technique, they gonna come after you. but that's rare.
We call those business decisions.
Yeah, it quickly separates the men from the boys in this league. Like, once you come across, you look at a man in his eyes, and you see him move forward or backward, you know what you're dealing with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So who would you compare your running style to when you run the rock?
I don't like comparing myself to a lot of people. Just because I don't comparison is a thief of joy. And when I start doing that, I start kind of doubting or trying to change something that I don't really need to change. But as far as like how I run the rock, Derrick Henry, he don't make a lot of moves. You know what I'm saying? He's a big dude. He makes his one cut, and he's definitely going for the yardage. He's going to hammer the ball every time, and eventually he's going to score it.
So Viking mentioned LT, LaDainian Tomlinson. For me, it's a guy who used to play for the Lions here recently, who's now on the Eagles, and Devonte Swift, or Swift. I can't even think of his first name right now.
Devonte Swift.
Devonte Swift. Your one cut capability and then the takeoff speed afterwards, but you got the power to go with it, and
like
that's
Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, it's very much AP, but AP's not around right now.
True, man. That's an honor being compared to him, man.
No, for real, man.
He a goat.
The fact that we just had Fika and you, the best two new running backs besides Juice in this league this spring. There's a lot of new talent. That's why I love. I said spring, the fall. That's why I love doing Fall Brawl. It is the best way to discover new talent and get people in and test the water, see if they fit the team, see if they fit the mold, see if they can keep their head right in the game like us. And then when spring comes around, hone those skills. I think you guys have a bright future where we're headed if you stick with us.
I appreciate that. And it has opened up a lot of things for me. You know, my main goal in this is to just get paid to play. Cause I don't know about y'all. I don't like going to work after them games, man. They tough, man. So I got to get up at 8 in the morning and go to work the next day, work 10 hours.
Yeah. That's a great segue. Are you doing anything with your social media and IG and promoting yourself through the league?
Yeah. So I just started. I hit up my boy Steve, man, for them pictures. And
Ashmore. Shout out to Ashmore Media.
Yes. Shout out to Ashmore, man. He's tough.
And I got something at the end that I'll say about Ashmore Media.
Right.
DeAndre Swift. Thank you, Jordan.
He started. I hit him for the pictures, and then I just recently started posting some of my highlights and just a little couple good plays I have because I'm really trying to get on the Kings team.
One of the things we're working towards this season, and you're a great person to talk about this with because you're new and you have the opportunity to set yourself up right, is get your IG handle tight, get your IG cleaned up, and then use it everywhere you go, especially with A7. So when we talk about you, we can drop your name and your IG tag every time. So people who want to follow you and see what you're about can start following you. And then when brands want to sponsor somebody, they're going to look at how many followers you have before they look at anything else. Right. And if you keep doing that on a regular, whether we're paying you or not, you will get paid by being able to get sponsorships on your own. Caller, you're on the other side of the ball. Hello.
Yeah, man, it's smooth, man.
Wait, which one?
Yeah, bro.
It's smooth.
Y'all crazy. Yeah, bro. The first episode I chime in, y'all talking about, oh, man, y'all crazy, bro. I fuck with y'all, but y'all crazy.
We are crazy. I'm crazy because I keep telling you, everybody, you're one of the top three quarterbacks in our division.
Yeah, if Cory listening, bro, you can't really tell me how to be better if I'm already better than you.
Oh, shots fired.
That's not true. That's not true. Bill Belichick was a horrible football player.
Whenever you hear a hypothetical negative, you immediately attack the person.
And then on top of that, though, man, hey, like I haven't got kicked off of no team. I left both teams, bro. I left the Kryptonite because motherfuckers want to argue with my players that's putting their bodies on the line, and they not putting their body on the line.
But Smooth, you know, for guys who run teams, that same
the guy that played with the 0-7 Boston team and no disrespect to my guys with zero talent, guys travel 12 hours so I got my ass kicked literally every time. So you can't say that to me. And to be clear, because this is Attack Cory Hammond show, Darnell, I said the only hypothetical knock on your game. And I also said that your tangibles are off the charts in accuracy, ability to move around in the pocket. I gave you all that praise. So were your ears working when I said all of those things? Or were you just focusing on the one negative hypothetical that I said so you could come on and try to trash me?
Oh, this was not just to trash you at all, because I put that in the comments already, but I just wanted to say it. But
I always read comments, don't I? I have so many haters that I have zero time left because I read every single hate comment.
All right, y'all pump the brakes. Hang out, listen in, because we still got a man in studio who made the trip all the way down here. We need to be respectful of his time.
I'm not gonna lie, this kind of interesting. Bro.
All right, well, go ahead then.
This something. Look, so one thing I definitely learned about
man. So if I gotta hold off though, but let me finish with saying this though, man. I left one team because owner didn't want to respect my mans that was on the field putting their body on the line, and I just left another team which I was not kicked off of. I left that motherfucker because first off, y'all brought in a coach like we're children though. Like we was already halfway through a season. And people act like they don't know how to control themselves, so they need some help doing that. I don't understand that, first off. And I didn't leave because I left that because of egos. Big ass ego.
Is there another word for leave in the middle of a season that you could use?
Bartley.
Leave. Left.
He Bartley'd.
Not playing no more.
It's a four-letter word that when you leave in the middle of a season when things are still going on. Now, I get the commitment, and I don't disagree with what you're saying, Darnell, and I respect your game. But when you're clarifying what we were just talking about is the leadership qualities of quarterback.
Quit.
All right, so
I'm sorry,
quit, bro. What you mean, man? How many times you see me on the field this season? Oh, okay.
Well, look, let's bring it to a roundtable conversation instead of just Smooth and Cory yelling at each other. All right, so let's talk about this a little bit since Moncrieff wants to hear this. So Smooth, you know I fucks with you, and I think you are. If I was to start a franchise today with a quarterback in the A7 NFL, you're my guy because of the way you play your game, your talent structure, and how you sit in the pocket to set up plays and then run when you have to, not run because you want to. Right? I love that about your game. But getting thrown off a team and quitting in the middle of a season, to me, is same as a guy who's running a team. You're no longer available to me. So what does Smooth need to do moving forward to put himself in a position where the value you bring makes people want to have you on the field versus what you're bringing negative that makes you not want to be on the field?
Be more professional.
You saying that I don't want to be on the field? Nah, bro. If you look in all of the chats from if you even look on any chat from any live game, bro, that y'all done produced online, YouTube, or any of that, all of them chats say, yo, Smooth should be the quarterback.
Of course. Smooth.
So that's not what I should do. I just need to be on the damn field.
Look, what team do you play for in fact? You are Heem, right? That's you.
Heem shit.
Okay?
Yeah.
But what is it about your game that makes people want to not put you on the field or makes you want to quit? What do you need to change so that you can be consistently finish a season?
Okay.
So let's stop looking at me about it, though, because it's not my team. I went to play for a team that I was asked to play for and only get to play like 5 plays a game. That's crazy.
So you're saying it wasn't a good fit?
You don't ask somebody to play for a team. So to me, though, motherfucker asked me to play just so they don't have to play against me.
That's also true. Put you on the shelf.
If you want to be honest, though, that's what I feel, though, bro. It might not be true. I didn't say it was right or wrong. I'm just saying that's what I feel, though, because you don't ask somebody to play for your team and barely play them. How does that make sense?
No, you're absolutely right, and it maybe wasn't a great decision on your side to rock with those guys if that's what it came down to.
Yeah, right. I'm not blaming nobody, bro. I made my decision, and I'm living with it now. I'm correcting my shit. I found out what was going on, and I don't want to be a part of that shit.
So are you done for the fall?
That's what it is. Yeah, I'm not coming back out there, bro. All my boys have told me to come back. I'm not.
So what's your plan for the spring?
I can't do it, bro. I'll figure it out.
Damn.
I'm not gonna tell y'all now. It's not about to be like no whole suspenseful thing.
All right. Will you promise me that you'll announce it on this show then?
You said, "Am I not?" No.
I said, "Will you promise me you'll announce it on this show when it's time?"
No.
No, you won't promise me? God damn it.
Because I barely even listen to this show. I watch it. I'm subscribed.
Derek, he already promised the 3-on-1.
Oh, okay. All right. You guys already got the scoop. All right.
He said what?
He said he's already scooped this.
He said you already promised a 3-on-1 that you'll announce it on their show.
Nah, I ain't promised nobody, bro. But I mean, I'm leaning towards OTT.
Oh man, would that be beautiful? Ooh. That's a game changer.
That is not just a game changer.
My name is Derek Duncan, and I approve this message.
Right, dude.
That could be something.
I like the guy. The new guys they got, and I've always rocked with G Sosa. But you know, I should have been there this fall, but I wasn't. So I made a horrible choice, and I'm about to correct it though. But I do want to rock with G. I mean, they team never quit. There's no quit in that team. Bro.
Facts.
Shout out to Ryan Shamar in the chat.
They do got heart,
Big
man.
facts.
I ain't gonna lie. Running against them, yeah, them boys got heart. OTT got
They got
heart.
no give up.
Sure. They don't give up.
They got no give up.
Darnell is
And that's
the answer to
respectable.
the question, and why did Savion go to the Outlaws? It was to recruit one of the best, if not the best, passing quarterback in the division to play for OTT. So
Brilliant.
congratulations to
If it
Savion.
works out that way, that is fucking brilliant, especially if Save comes back.
Wait, hold on. Darnell.
Save definitely going back over there.
But hold on, Darnell. Did Save come to Outlaws to recruit you?
No.
Thank you.
Nah, bro, I was
But
recruiting
it happened
by
out
the owners
there.
over there.
Just putting it out there.
No, but it happened.
I was
Just
recruited
putting it
by
out
the
there.
owners.
All right, real quick, we do have to
Nah,
wrap
it
it
would
up.
have been crazy though, right? But no, I was
Yeah.
recruited by the two owners over there. So, you
Well,
know.
there you go.
And
Right,
I
so-
thought it would have been hella fun though, man. Because if we being honest though, bro, that quarterback package that we could have had would have been freaky. So,
All right, so
but it never happened though. It never came to fruition. So
while we have you on the phone and Moncrieff in the building and Cory listening, I want to kind of talk about the spring real quick and what it's going to look like, because we have 3 higher echelon teams that are going to need to assume and assimilate to another team.
Yep.
Kryptonite is not coming back in its
the
iteration.
Outlaws going to Kryptonite.
Outlaws are going to Kryptonite is what we heard, right? So that leaves the Alliance and the Alienators. We assume the Alienators will assume the pit boss's position.
Yep.
Right? Because they're already
Yeah.
rocking with Coach Q unless that management falls apart.
Yep.
And that leaves the Alliance, who is made up of their guys and Force guys. There's not
That's
enough
a
room on the
Makes
Force
sense, of
roster.
course.
So you've got Gold
So they going to
and
the Hunters.
OTT and the Hunters that are
oh.
sitting there that need to recruit from those 2 squads.
Yep.
But right now I hear Darnell and Savion are both going to OTT. Are you
Yodi Max said on Facebook a couple months ago he was going to OTT for the spring.
okay? So
he's
But
coming-
I could be wrong. I did see him say that.
So he possibly might be coming back home.
He could be going back home.
So
but
my
we don't know
question,
where Moncrieff's up to though. He's not
He ain't gonna
announcing
say it.
and he's not sure if the Govs are gonna let him play.
Man, I don't know what team I would go to. Honestly, I mean, whatever team really want me, I'll go. You know, I'll run the rock for you. Wherever, like whatever coaches, you know what I'm saying. I feel like
There you go.
could take
His
the best care of
services
me.
are available.
What's the minimum requirement to get you over? How many Gatorades you need a day?
I just need one, man.
He needs 2 USO blockers.
You need a spam.
2
spam
USO
Masubi.
blockers. That's all they cost.
And I need a starting spot.
And a spam Masubi.
Starting
That
spot.
part.
And chicken katsu.
wow, you guys are just throwing
yeah,
out
man, but
throwing out
for-
Hawaiian stuff. So you need some barbecue chicken and some rice, man.
Oh
you
yeah,
good?
for sure.
Yeah.
With
I'm
spam.
Hey,
Don't
with
forget
some
the
mac
spam.
salad. Nah,
Not
nah,
everybody,
spam,
not
mac
everybody is a
salad,
spam person,
I
man.
love spam.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't
not
knock it till you
everybody.
fried it.
They don't
I've-
know.
I've
They
had
don't
it.
know about it. You know spam.
Yeah, I know spam, but you in with the spam or you in with the with the barbecue
Oh
chicken?
yeah,
Both.
See?
Both.
So apologize.
I'm with both.
There you go.
I'm
There
be
you go.
honest.
Both.
I eat whatever you put in front of me. I'm gonna eat that.
So Big Rob dropped
I
in the
can make a
chat.
mention on that, but I'm just gonna.
Oh, man.
Big Rob dropped in the chat. I want to see Insomniacs and BIC play. I do too. I wish we could have seen last year's iteration of those 2 teams go against each other. The new iteration, I think it's still going to be a good game, but BIC has gone out and done some recruiting far and away more than any Vegas team has done so far, including the Insomniacs. Insomniacs have put on Juice, which is a great addition.
Yes.
They get the bowling ball Devonte Carter back. And on their podcast the other day, they were missing players. Like, who are they missing? Like the bowling ball. The one guy who could have given RTC some relief so he could play defense more, because RTC is probably one of the best defensive ends in this league. You put AJ, Mouth, and RTC on that line, and that is now the best defensive line in the league, if you ask me. So there's a lot of things that are happening. The Insomniacs are not a super team. They are just a really good team because they have not taken the best guys that were in A7 and brought them over to their team. They took the guys they play with every day and put them together. What BIC is now doing and the U is now doing is decimating the East Coast. It's decimating the East Coast. Yeah. And what I think has happened is we're basically going to have maybe 4 viable teams, and I blame the 301 podcast guys for calling the Insomniacs a super team the entire season that made BIC and the U think that they had to create a super team to be competitive.
So spring is when everybody like comes together and
spring's the real shit.
Spring's the real deal.
Spring's when the Spring's the $25,000 cash prize.
Oh yeah.
Spring's when we have championship trophies and that's national exposure.
That's
when
where
we're
you
on
want
DAZN.
That's where you want to find a team.
I'm gonna be there
That's where you want to find a team and be like, okay, I'm running with that team.
So real quickly before I let you go, you talked about your social media outlets. Where can they get a hold of you at?
Oh, that was for me. Hey, man, you guys could tap in with me on Facebook. That's where all the A7 stuff is really at. It's just my name, Devonte Moncreef on there. My Instagram is vante.easy, VANTE.easy. It's real easy to get a hold of me, man. And if y'all want to tap in, my phone number, just DM me my phone number. We can talk business. And then I definitely got something to say to all the dudes on Facebook. I was talking that talk because I guess that's what y'all do in this league, and I really like it. So I'm going to talk my talk. Before y'all go on there asking who I am, just look up my film, man, and y'all could DM me anytime you want. If you want the one-on-one smoke too, I'm ready. We could go run drills. We could do whatever y'all want to do.
Oh boy!
And next time y'all play me, I'm on the Alienators this year. But whatever team I go next year, I beg you, bring your family to the game. A lot of y'all got kids. Bring your kids to the game so I can embarrass you on that.
Oh boy! Oh, passion!
I did not know that's where you were going. Sir.
I did not think that was where you're going either.
But hey, a lot of talking, man.
But
on Facebook.
I just friended you on Facebook. Hopefully you accept it.
Of course I will, man. We're gonna talk that food, man.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
The one and only Devonte Moncreef. We appreciate the time, brother. And again, love watching you play.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate you.
Before he get off, man, he be running hard as a mug.
Hey,
Dude,
appreciate that.
He
man.
don't know nothing but hard.
Hey, and I don't know you very well, bro.
Hey,
but they trying to help. They trying to help you out, man. Just
no pause.
Keep it
No pause
professional
whatsoever.
for the homie on the
hard.
call. For the homie on the call, man. Just keep your head
Blue
down
sheet.
and ball out, bro. That's all I got for you. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, bro. I talk a lot of shit though, so
All right. Real quick, because we're really up
keep
against
my
it.
head down tough.
Final 3 games for Week 5 of Fall
Yeah,
Brawl.
man.
We have Outlaws versus Hunters, Sick versus OTT, and of course the Insomniacs versus the Alliance. Basically, first game is the Outlaws and the Hunters. Basically, the Outlaws need to win to maintain their 3 spot. As you know, the first 4 teams make the playoffs or make the Final 4, which will take place next Sunday on the 28th.
All right, let's run it down real quick before we run out of time.
All right,
Outlaws versus the Hunters. What do we have consensus as what that final score will be?
Well, I think the Outlaws are gonna find holes for their leaky boat right now with Chris Wallace stepping in. But I think with Perkins coming back, I believe he's coming back from his injury. He might be able to make some things happen. It depends whether or not Chris can keep them all in check. The Hunters have a shot. I think the Outlaws welcome.
So what do you think? 50-14, 50-12, 60 to something? What
34-16.
34-16, a much closer game than I was saying. 34-16. Chris, are you in agreement?
60-6.
What's that?
What'd you say, Smooth?
That's about to be like 60-6.
60-6. All right, I got that.
Outlaws
Chris,
and Hunters.
Yeah.
I got the game at 50-7.
Mercy. Don't know the score, but I'm going to call Mercy rule.
All right.
Well, that's
Start of the 4th?
basically
Start
me.
of the 4th.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat, but I think, I don't know, if Kamari comes out and is at Q and they have that shit working they had to start the
Perkins
last,
could score
and
twice.
if Perkins there,
If Perk's there,
if they got
it's a different
Kamari
thing.
and Perk and Snoop
And
Yep.
Marlon
all
Hicks.
there.
Don't forget about Marlon Hicks.
Hicks.
Right. There's a lot of good things about the Hunters I like. If they can all put it together at the last minute, I like it.
If
So
they could get a solid line, I like their shot at being a good mediocre team.
So a blend of all this, we're going to say 48-14. 48-12.
12.
Yeah, I'll give them
All
that.
right.
12.
All right.
Actually, I'll say
Sick versus-
48-15 because they do try 3-pointers.
Yes, they
we're
do.
just going to 48-12 as a blend of all the scores we had.
Okay.
And they are successful on those 3-point
Yes,
attempts.
All right. Sick versus OTT.
Sick and OTT. Basically, OTT will, if they win, they maintain their second slot. Still have an outside shot at the 1C because of their very high point differential.
Should the Insomniacs lose?
Should the Insomniacs lose,
Yeah.
but we know who OTT is. They don't quit. But of course, Sick more talented.
We don't know where Sick is at right now. I've heard a lot of rumors floating around. There's a lot of internal strife and stuff
Really?
going on. I'm not saying for sure that it is what's going on. I know
So-
Mark Gray has a handle on stuff,
Yeah.
and he can bring it all in and put it back together. But
So
it-
could this possibly be?
aside
I'm not going to say could this be a trap game, but could this lead to some dissension?
It could lead to. I think it could lead to more things in the off season
Okay.
than initial problems right now during the rest of gameplay.
Fall. Okay.
But I foresee some big changes coming from Sick that we didn't expect at the beginning of the season.
This won't be a popular response, but Sick at their almost worst versus OTT at their best is about an even match. Yeah. I still say Sick wins that game. Yeah. Right. So
they still got JG.
Right.
They still got Darren Palmer.
Right.
What was the score the last time those teams played each other?
The highest score.
The 92-38 game.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say that I think that we're not gonna have a run back of that, but I'm gonna call the game right now, 60-30.
I had 60-20, so 60-30.
Yep.
60-20 is me. Viking.
I'll take 60 to 6.
Everybody's saying 60. Dub.
56-10.
56-10. Smooth.
Mercy in the third, in the fourth.
All right, we'll just put it down 42-0.
I don't know the score, but I know they're gonna put up a lot of points, bro.
All right, so with those blends, we're gonna call it 55-6. Or 55. I'm sorry, 55-12 to 18.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you and I said 30 and 20.
Yeah. All right, and then Insomniacs Alliance, which is probably the game.
Apparently, they will not have DP. So can we change it?
No.
Yeah, you can change yours.
No. But that's a big.
That is a big loss.
That is a big loss.
If they were playing,
look, watch Nathaniel Webster Spencer get loose this week. They haven't been
back.
Was he hurt? He played last game and he got a lot of action.
Yeah, he's been on the sideline.
Man, that kid he's a star.
He doesn't get a look.
But DP's so good. That's the first read. What do you do? All right. So last game, Insomniacs versus Alliance. I mean, are we talking dog walk mercy rule, or is it going to be close?
No, not even.
Yeah.
You tell me what if
Not
the
even close.
Insomniacs are getting ready for the playoffs. It's a dog.
Well, let me just throw this out there. Last time Insomniacs played the Force, final score was 30-7.
Mm-hmm.
Right. This team is comprised of other guys that are Force like quality, and other Force guys playing against an Insomniacs team that doesn't have Danye and Davin, but they do have Juice and Devonte Carter. And Mac may or may not play.
Well, that's the question. Who's going to be there? But either way, I'm going to say at least I'm going to throw out a score and say 47-18.
Thank you, Chris.
And that's the number that they put up with their
That's
B
exactly what I'm
squad.
saying. 47,
They
because
can
that's
easily
what
put
they
up
have.
47.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. 47-18. What you got, Dub?
49-21.
I'm gonna take 55-9.
55-9.
And I'm going to go 40-14. I think it's going to be a lot closer. I love telling the Insomniacs that they're not going to blow people out just so they can give me shit. And I can hear from James all week.
And that
James,
way they blow people out.
Oh, he's listening.
We never know.
He's listening.
So with that blend, we're looking at 19 here and 40, 49. 49-19.
Okay.
It's not bad.
All right. So if those scores were to happen, Alienators are in the playoffs.
Correct.
Moncrieff.
Sick maintains their second position.
Insomniacs number 1.
Insomniacs stay number 1. Outlaws 3. Alienators 4.
Even though right now the Outlaws are ahead by 8 over the Alliance as we currently sit right here, right now.
Yeah, they just got a bad break in that last week, having to play the Insomniacs and Outlaws.
They had to play them eventually.
Yeah.
You couldn't skirt them unless you're on the bottom. And if you're on the bottom, you weren't making the playoffs.
Got what you got.
Right.
All right.
Well, and shout outs to Alonzo Thomas, the coach there for the Alliance. He's doing a great job, and he obviously has a pedigree. We talked about that the last time he was on the show.
Yeah.
But in a Facebook back and forth, to kind of piggyback on what Moncrieff was saying, in a Facebook back and forth, I said something about I wanted to see what De'Aaron Fox could do as a quarterback. I don't know if he's suiting up against the Insomniacs this weekend, but if Alonzo Thomas is correct and De'Aaron Fox is the best quarterback, not only in the division, but the league, those scores that you're talking about should not be the actual final score if that is the case. So I've been waiting, and I remember the last time I was on the show as kind of like a semi-guest, whatever, it was asking Fox directly what he looked to do in this fall. And I think this would be the best time to kind of prove that on a national stage against a team that just got finished beating Sick with it in almost embarrassing fashion, not embarrassing, but close. And that would be my story of that game, because if they want to make the playoffs, if they want to be a real, considered a real fall team at this point, and they want to get some momentum heading into the spring, where whose forces week 1 game, by the way?
Insomniacs.
I think that De'Aaron Fox better show some of the hype that is behind him, or at least answer some of the questions we have for him, because if not against the Insomniacs, who are we really looking at his tape and saying, oh, great job against the goal?
And Cory, I'm with you. So when healthy, De'Aaron Fox is amazing. He has not been able to stay healthy throughout a game, an important game that we've seen so far. So that's my knock.
Well, in shorts and a T-shirt, in a practice situation with no live rush and no real stakes, De'Aaron Fox is special. That's what we keep hearing. There's a game this weekend, and if he can suit up and he's healthy, I don't want anybody to play that's not. But if he's healthy, it's enough of the potential conversation, and let's see what you can actually do.
What the one thing that's missing from his game is climbing the pocket. Darnell has it. There's not very other. Scooter has it. There's not very many other quarterbacks. JG has it. Not very many other quarterbacks in Vegas understand climbing the pocket. Do we have a caller?
Yeah, well, good luck climbing the pocket against the D-line of the Insomniacs. Which,
well, that's the only place that there's space. That's the point.
Show should say is trash, but I know is good.
That's the point. Climbing the pocket, that's the only place where there's space. If you're retreating out the backside when you have that fast rush from the outside, you're literally running to their strength. Climbing the pocket, you've got one guy.
McWilliams in the middle, and he's absolutely murdering the center, and you step up in the pocket, well, guess what you're going to get?
All you have to do is be on the other side of that murder. All you have to do is be on the other. Cory, you played quarterback long enough. All you have to do is be on the other side of that murder, and you're good.
Okay.
I usually am not on the right side of murder.
Well, then maybe I need to coach you up too.
Scotty, lead us off with final thoughts. We're up against it. Go.
Keep your texts dirty and your buttholes clean. Have a good week.
Really?
Would you expect anything less?
Right?
Dirty buttholes.
Yeah, Scott's a great analyst. I wish he was not as analyst and he was more analyst.
Well, if I get a second podcast,
Line of the
I
night.
can do more butt stuff over there.
Line of the night.
Chris?
Man, where do I begin? So, couple things for A7. Can't wait to see some of the playoff teams. Can't wait to see what's going on this weekend with this week off. Some personal shit. Happy anniversary, honey. Love you. Yes, we had anniversary on the 15th, which was Monday, and another anniversary today. So 30 years married on Monday. 32 together today. And yes, same vagina. Thank you very much. The other side of that, though, is simply a shout out to my family that was here. Had my cousin fly back to Jacksonville today. And hopefully have my cousin watching right now, who is in, of all places, they're back in Virginia. So, hopefully everybody's watching. Hopefully y'all are home safe, tucked in, because it is 10 p.m. there. So y'all have fun.
Boss?
Two things. Number one, A7FL, Arena Football League, corporate partnership. Arena Football League will be recruiting players from A7 for this entire upcoming season. If their pay model matches what it did when they came to us and wanted the Kings to be part of the AFL, there's going to be a lot of great opportunity for our A7 guys. They're looking for us to help fill their rosters through the A7FL. So, guys, make sure as players you clean up your socials and make sure that you're available to be picked up by a national league. Otherwise, you're going to go to the next guy. That's number one. Number two, I keep promising you guys I'm going to find an avenue to getting you paid. This is the next closest step. Another announcement, the IFA has announced that they are moving to 12 teams now, and pushing to 12 teams, they're actually pushing the season to next year. So the guys who were gearing up for IFA for the spring of this year, it's going to be next year. So just a heads up, bigger and better than ever. They didn't say it, but I think they also don't want to start up against the brand new launch of the UFL. That would be not the smartest thing to do when you're trying to get TV airtime. So I think it's brilliant to push it to next year and kind of figure out how that's going to work out. Also, don't forget our fall championship will be on Pro Bowl Sunday. So you guys want to see actual football and tackling being played, watch the A7FL. If you want to see guys in T-shirts and shorts waving at not even really flag football because there's no contact, then you can watch the Pro Bowl. And I love my wife and I love my new baby.
As you should.
Same vagina.
My baby doesn't have a vagina.
I was talking about your baby.
Well, if you want to be a guest on the show, please reach out to the Blazes and give
Shout out to the Blazes. They're doing a great job the last couple of weeks, man. They've been on their shit.
Also, don't forget to check us out on theothersideoftheball.com, The Other Side of the Ball on Facebook, The Other Side of the Ball on YouTube, where you're watching this show right now, and just all things Other Side of the Ball.
And shout out to Dub for enunciation today.
Thank you, boss.
I'm very
And how are you guys nicer to Brent Smothers than me, your biggest advocate on the East Coast?
Brent wasn't on the show. Shut up.
He was on the show last week.
I'm offended.
I know, but he didn't
Cory,
he didn't talk his shit until this week.
I love you,
Special
Cory.
thanks.
You're representing the East. That's all.
Special thanks, as always, to our quarterback from all across the world, Cory Hammond. Special thanks to Devonte Moncreef. Special thanks to Fika Tull. And special thanks to all you for watching on YouTube.
And Brent, put up that name.
For
Keep
Chris,
talking your shit.
For the Viking, I'm Double A. We'll see you on the other side of the ball. And next week, it's the magical 69 edition.
69! I'm going to be naked.
68. I'll have to owe you one.